I said I was going to do it, and I finally done it. Hey, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? My name is Michael Sahno, and welcome to the Sea and Land Fitness Podcast. This podcast is, of course, brought to you by Sea and Land Fitness, the home of professional tactical fitness. All right, I said it right. Head on over to www.sandlfit.com. That's www.sandlfit.com and start your professional tactical fitness journey. And that is going to be the subject of this podcast. But before I get to that, this podcast is also brought to you by 511 Tactical, makers of some of the greatest tactical fitness and just straight up tactical gear on the planet. Link in the description below. We're also brought to you by Thorne Supplements. What's on the outside of the bottle is inside of the bottle because they use third-party verification on their products. And I use them all, like a ton of them. And again, 10% off in the link below. And we're also finally brought to you by RDX Sports, makers of some of the best combat sports equipment on the planet. Sorry, got a little something in my throat. We use their focus pad mitts in pretty much all of our programs, and you can find 10% off with RDX Sports, but we also carry the focus mitts in our store. So go over to sandlfit.com, sandlfit.com, and get yours today. All right. So what am I talking about? What did I say I was going to do? So I said I was going to put out my programs, get my programs out to you. So I've done it. They're out there. We've got the tier 3 program. That's for individuals who want to join the military. They want to go to Air Force boot camp, Navy boot camp, any of the Army boot camps, for like non-combat roles, or Coast Guard. Let's not forget the Coast Guard. So if you want to go into any of those boot camps, tier 3 is the program for you. That will get you up and running. But we also released and put up on the website tier 2, and tier 2 is for individuals who want to join the Marine Corps, join the Army, and be an infantryman like me. Follow me. That's the infantry motto, for those of you who don't know. Or armor, or become a Cav Scout, or, an engineer. I'm trying to think what else. Any of those, anything that's going to be combat oriented, something that's going to put you out there in the middle of, on the front line, so to speak. So that is what the tier 2 is for. Tier 1's coming. Tier 1 is going to be for individuals who want to go to selection, like if they want to be a ranger or go to buds in the Navy, or to be a SEAL, or go to the Q course for the Green Berets, or the para rescue JTAC, for the Air Force. Or there's like rescue swimmer in the Coast Guard, and that MOS in the Coast Guard's pretty gnarly. Those guys go through a little bit of an ordeal just to make that program see the end of it. But that's coming soon. But right now, what I want to talk to you about right now is I want to talk to you about the fitness program. So basically what we have released are military boot camp prep fitness programs. And I am going to read you a little bit of, what we wrote for the ad, because I just finished the ad and that is up on YouTube now. And a lot of people have checked it out. A lot of people have given it views. For all of you who have, thank you so much. I appreciate it so much. I'm going to have a sip of coffee. Peter Madeira, this is for you. So this is just the general pitch that I used when I made the ad. Do you want to join the military? Can't pass the fitness standards? That's the PT test. Can't pass the body weight standards? I'm going to be frank. I'm going to be very frank that you're overweight, and the military has weight standards, body weight standards. And if you don't pass them, you can't join. I can help you with that. This program can help you with that. And as it says, the next line is, then we can help you for a one-time price of $9.99. You can register and join our program. I'll explain that in a sec. You can register and join Tier 3, which is the regular boot camp prep program that I just told you about. You can register and join Tier 2, the Marine Corps Army Infantry prep program. That $10. And what does that $10 give you? Well, right now that $10 gives you lifetime access to the fitness program that you got, Tier 1 or Tier 2. It also allows you to understand our video exercise library. So I have a video exercise library that I put up on our YouTube channel. You can go and check it out. If you want to find some exercises you'd like to add to a program that you're already doing, please, by all means, go use them. But with direction and guidance, the fitness program will, the video exercise library will help, but it won't target exactly your needs for your specific branch or MOS job in the military. So that's why you want to get on board and register and purchase one of our fitness programs at a different tier. And then I end it with the motivational call to action, start now and reach your goals. And that is essentially what this is all about. It's about reaching your goals. It's about being able, let's say you're in a family, okay? And that family, it's like my family. So my great-grandfather was in France during World War I. Okay, he was in the army. My grandfather, one of them was in World War II, and got a Bronze Star in the South Pacific at Luzon, I think, Philippines. And my other grandfather was in the Korean War. And then my dad, he was in Vietnam. He was a bosun's mate, and he was first on a ammunition ship, and then he was on what's called a PBR, which is a patrol boat that went up and down the Mekong Delta and shuttled, it either did interdictions where they would go and inspect little sampans as they went down the Mekong or up the Mekong Delta, or they delivered, special operations units off. Now, where does that put me? All of that. And then I had uncles who were in the army during Vietnam. So where does that wind up putting me? What kind of pressure does that put onto me when I get out of high school? It not pressure, bad pressure, but it tells me that I am going to need to join the military. Like a bunch of you out there have family members who, can trace back generations they were in the military. Well, right now we are dealing with a motivational epidemic and a, food crisis epidemic that has led to obesity. And there are a lot of kids out there, male and female, who are just overweight, or they've been plugged in and they just have no physical, strength ability. So these programs are going to help you if that's one of your dreams, if that's one of the things that you want, if that's where you see yourself. You know what I mean? Like, I saw myself in the military. Used to play war when we were kids. Remember that crap? In the woods, running around, pew 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 pew, you're dead. No, you're dead. No, I shot you first, I swear. And so little goofy shit like that. But I knew I was going to be in the military. So I prepared, and all the preparation in the world. I didn't live in the digital age. Didn't matter. I just had books that were saying it's going to be hard, and now we have actual videos of the entire boot camp experience, where a camera crew follows a Marine Corps company or a Navy company, or boots in the Army or the Air Force or the Coast Guard. So there's a little bit more understanding. But until you're there, trust me, it doesn't matter. I grew up with stories about what it was going to be like, and it was everything that I thought it would be, but nothing like I thought it would be. So yeah, so hopefully what I can do is I can impart some knowledge, bring that to you for a very reasonable price. This is my car salesman part right here. But there's a method to my madness, and this is very important. I'm going to have another sip of coffee. Hold on. So, my programs are cheap. They're $10, $9.99. I'm going to tell you, you can't get anything for $10 anymore. You can't. $10. I don't even think that will give you a meal at McDonald's. It may, if you go on the value meal. But 9 times out of 10, if you get like a regular sandwich, I know you can barely go out to eat with $10, but for $10, you can get our program. If you want to get the tier 3 and you say, hey, you know what? I want something a little more, then get the tier 2 as well. You know what I mean? You can get both. And eventually we're going to have an all-inclusive price where you can have access to every single program. But we're not going to do that until tier 1 drops, which will be probably in a couple weeks, maybe a month. There's so much going on right now. But what was I saying? So $10. The reason I went with $10 and the reason why $10 and having it be inexpensive, having it be cheap, was because my target audience, you guys, the people who want to join the military, you're in high school, or you're young and you're working and you barely got enough food or enough money as it is, or you have to ask your parents for money. And I wanted to make it reasonable so that your parents could go, all right, $10, let me see what you got. And then you could see what I got. And then for $10, perfect. You're not, sawing off an arm or a leg in order to get into this program. So $10 gets you lifetime access. In a year, we're going to reevaluate that. But anyone who gets in on it right now will have lifetime access to the program of their choice. The other reason why I thought $10 was important is because it is my hope. So one of the principles of strength and conditioning, being a strength coach, being a a sports psychology professional, is that we want to basically do what's called triage. For those of you who don't know what triage is it is a quick, immediate fix. It is a quick, immediate thing that can be done that can get you back out there. I don't want you to get so wrapped up in a process that you in your mind think, I'm going to have to continue this process for the rest of my life. Do you need to do exercise for the rest of your life? Absolutely. I am. Actually, it's funny because I'll tell you a stupid story. I went to sorry, more coffee. I was at West Point shooting today, and everyone was like, Mike, man, what's up with you? You're like, are you down? Are you okay? And then I went and picked my son up afterwards, after work, after he got out of work, and he said the same thing. Dad, are you okay? What's wrong? Yesterday, I swam a half mile breaststroke. I could do the breaststroke forever. But I swam a half mile breaststroke. Then I came home, hung out for about an hour and a half. No, I did the breaststroke for a half mile, went to the grocery store, got all the stuff, came back, hung out for a half an hour, and then went into the backyard and did 2 miles with the weight vest and the 50-pound sandbag. So I probably did about a quarter mile with the 50-pound, and then the rest of it with just the weight vest. It's a plate carrier with these with 20 pounds of weight, and so I was beat up today. But that is the level of activity that you're going to want to have, that you're going to want to be comfortable with, that you're going to need when you go through boot camp. Now, do they have experience taking nothings physical fitness wise, weight wise, and turning them into warriors? Absolutely. Have they done it? Absolutely. I'm watching right now with my wife. We're rewatching Band of Brothers. Those guys were dog meat in the beginning, and they turned into paratroopers. At the time, the most elite in the United States Army's, in the United States military's arsenal. So the military has the ability to mold you from zero to what's needed. But do you want to get the most out of your experience? Do you want to, because I'm going to tell you, you go to boot camp. I slept with the air conditioner on last night, and I've got this raspy voice. Sorry about that. And I'm like, sound like I'm going through puberty. Excuse me. So there are awards for the company academic, the person who does the best on academics, the tests and stuff. There is an award for the individual in boot camp who does the best PT. There is an award for the individual who has the best job specific skills. I know when I went through infantry school, I was second behind the top team. I was in it was battle buddies. So it was me and another guy from Boston. And we were first, and on the final evolution, with our field exercise, I didn't drink enough water, and I wound up getting so dehydrated, and I was carrying the 240 Bravo, or no, we were actually the machine gun. And I actually was so exhausted carrying the machine gun that I couldn't, my legs were like, nope, we're not moving at that speed. So But had I taken a program like mine, I probably would have come in first. And it boils down to, how motivated are you? How motivated are you to get this done? How motivated are you to, one, get yourself into the military? Because if you can't pass the fitness standards or the body weight standards, you're not going in. But I want to help you do that. I want you to realize, it's going to sound corny, I want you to realize your dreams. I want you to realize and make action on the things that you've been dreaming about. Ironically, it's hilarious. So I have a tremor, okay? So it makes it difficult for me to reach out to targets with a pistol at a distance. At about 20, 25 feet, not a problem. Anything inside that, I'm a dead-eyed dick. You're done. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. But because my hand shakes a little bit, and I'm over accentuating, actually right now I'm not. Because my hands shake, I do this, what I call searchlighting. And that's where my hand the barrel of the gun just like winds up going all over the place. So when a target with the pistol is way out at 45 feet, I have trouble hitting it. Why am I bringing this up? I'm bringing this up because I am going through very specific steps to overcome this thing. I am dedicating myself to trying to get a really good score on a 45-foot target. And I want you and I'm going every week. I'm shooting every week at West Point. Why? Because I need to have, because that's my goal. It's what I want. It's of the utmost importance to me, so that I can apply that to a training model that I have coming up in the future. I'm telling you that story because what I want you to do is I want you to have a goal. I want you to not just get the program and say, hey, I'm overweight. I want to join the Army. Hey, I'm overweight. I want to join the Navy or the Air Force. This is going to help me. No, I want you to buy this program with the intention of seeing something, visualizing it, and using this movement through space, these exercises, to get you to your ultimate and final goal. And that is swearing in at MEPS and, joining the military, getting yourself to boot camp. That's important to me. It's a calling. It's why the programs are $10. It's why I developed the programs. I want to see you succeed. So, what do you need to do? You need to go to www.sandlfit.com/programs, and that will take you to all of our programs. Everything from the sandbag program, which we put out, that's free, the sandbag calisthenic program, to the tier 3 and tier 2 programs, which each cost, as I said, $9.99. Now, what do you need to do? You need to go on, even to use the free program, you got to register so you can get login credentials. And once you have those login credentials, you can log into our site. The portion of the site that has those fitness programs, and it's very easy to use. It's broken down by weeks. Each program is 12 weeks long. And you literally click on week 1, and up top is the outline of reps and sets that you need to do, all of the exercises in the order that they will best work for someone who is going into the military. If you try them out of order, You may overtax your central nervous system and be too tired to complete that day's workout after maybe doing one or two things. So it's all set up, it's all streamlined, and it is ready for you to use. And I hope that you do use it, because I made it for you guys and I want you guys to succeed. That is all that I have for you guys. Go on over there and check it out. Yeah, just head on over to www.sandlfit.com/programs, and that will take you right there, and you'll be able to pick the program you want. And once you've registered, you can just click on go to the program, and there's a button below the register, or it's to the right, and then you can just go to the program and you can navigate around there. And yeah, it'll bring up a login, for you to log in with the login that you set up. Also, head on over to the store, okay? Because we've got focus pad mitts. You can see them in the back. The red things in the back, if you're watching on YouTube, they're the focus pad mitts. And you can use your hands for that exercise, but I'm gonna tell you, it is way better to use focus pad mitts, and I think they're $32.99 plus shipping. So they're a really good deal. I matched the price for Amazon, so if you're gonna buy them, I'd appreciate it if you bought them from me. What else do we got? We are brought to you by 511, who makes the sandbags and the plate carrier, the weight vest that we use. So head on over down in the link in the description of this video. You can, if you're not watching the video, I think it's also in the description for the podcast, the audio version. We are also brought to you by Thorne Supplements. I got a bunch of things in the dispensary, so the link down in the description below will take you right to the Thorne website, but I have my own section of the Thorne website, Sea and Land Fitness Dispensary. In that dispensary, I give you 10% off all the products inside there, and if you want something added, if you're cruising through the site and you say, hey, they got electrolytes, I really want those. I think I added those, but if you want like this sleep program thing, I want it, let me know, I'll put it in. And finally, we are brought to you by, like I said, RDX Sports, and there is a link in the description below for 10% off. But I will tell you, the focus pad mitts are cheaper on my website than they are on the RDX website. But anything else, you can please head on over there and use that code on checkout for 10% off. All right, that's all I got for you. Please go check them out. Go check them out. Buy our programs. And if you have any questions, reach out to me. All right, later, honey badgers. Out.